everyone. Good afternoon and happy Wednesday. Happy halfway through your week. I'm starting something new today. Super excited about it, and I hope that you are too. So I am starting a weekly series called Friendpreneurs. So I have a whole lot of friends that I really love that do all sorts of types of business. So whether it is whether it is a small business or a home-based business or a network business, I want to support and love all my friends. So if you're just jumping on, say hello. Hi, Elsie and Nicole. So welcome to the very first episode of Friendpreneurs. So this is going to happen weekly, and I am always going to bring on a guest who is a fellow business person and talk about their story and how they got to where they are and what they love about it. So we're going to try and get our guest on. Let's see if it can happen. You're supposed to be telling me who's on here. You never know what's going to happen when you go with live. Okay, so it looks like she's on, so let's see if we can add her. Yes. Okay. First time ever trying this. Let's see if it works. Oh, she's connecting. Yay, it worked. Okay, you never know what's happening when you go live, so we'll see what's going on. So this is my friend Anya. Everyone say hello to Anya.
Hi, everybody.
So Anya is a fellow business woman from Oklahoma. Gotta love the power of Facebook. You can have friends in no matter what country you live in.
Right.
So I'm just telling everyone that this is the very first episode of a brand new series I'm doing called Friendpreneurs. Yay! So I'm going to be featuring friends from all different walks of life and types of businesses and how they do. So Anya is someone that I really admire and look up to and love her business savvy sense. So this very first one is actually going to be someone that's in the same business as I am, but every episode is not necessarily going to be like that. So I'll say this at the end too. If you're one of my friends and would love to be featured on Friendpreneurs, please let me know. I want it to be a thing. So so this very first one, Anya and I happen to be in the same business. And I got to say, what I love about my business is meeting people and meeting friends. So because of that, Anya and I were in a different company that suddenly closed, and now we're in a new one. And the side effect of having a business like we do is that you get to make and retain really great friends from all over the world. So Anya and I are, I would say, Anya, pretty good friends that chat almost daily and live in different countries. So
absolutely, it's awesome.
Yeah. So I had written out some notes, and now I've lost them. There we go. Okay. So Anya, I would love to hear kind of your story, like how you got involved in the business you're in now, and like how that happened, where you started and how you ended up to where you are today.
Okay, so awesome. So thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me be your first one on your series. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. So not to go too far back, but just my background is education. I started out as a teacher and a coach, and moved into, that's what you do in education because you don't get paid a ton. So a lot of times you move up the ladder, get more education. So I became a counselor, and I became an alternative education administrator, and then a regular administrator. So I did a lot of things in education. I even worked at our local career tech. I was their recruiter, oddly enough. I didn't know that was kind of like setting me up for the future, but I recruited the high school students and helped them get into the correct classes, and did evaluation with that. And so I started there. And of course, like I said, teachers don't make a ton of money, or even administrators. And so I got my master's degree, and it was in counseling. So I went into private practice doing mental health therapy. And the way I describe it is that my heart's a little too big, and I kind of want to bring everybody home with me and fix everybody because I'm a helper. And so it wasn't super mentally healthy for me to be in that profession, because I just, you can't fix it. So that I got burned out on that really quickly. So I also love fitness. I've always been an athlete, and I always like to do something physical. So we needed more money. And so my husband and I started, let me back up. I actually went there to get fit to a boot camp, and then I became an instructor, and then I bought it. It's kind of like the hair club for men. Now I'm the president. I bought it. And so that's where I was 10 years ago. So I was 37, getting ready to be 38. That's crazy. I have to think about that for a second. Whenever I kind of found, or it found me, direct sales. So I was a full-time LPC doing mental health therapy, like in the field, people's homes. And then I was also running the boot camp morning and evening and fielding that. And then also I went to a party and I was like, I needed everything there. And so I was like, okay. And I signed up with no intentions, which is like usually true, of sharing the products. I just wanted to get them for myself. And of course, when people started asking me like, what are you doing? Your face looks better. Then I started sharing. And that's when my husband went, really? You need something else to do? Because we've got 3 little kids, you got a full-time job, you got running this boot camp like in 3 different cities. What is wrong with you, woman? And so, but when he started, I always tease that whenever he started seeing the little sacks go out the door and the money come in the door, and I started taking him out travel all over the world, he was like, hey, good job, I'm in for that. And so so that's really, like I said, when I always say, I admit that I was kind of a little bit of a direct sales or MLM snob-ish, or just like skeptic maybe when I joined, because I didn't know anyone that was actually paying their bills with that. I knew people that joined and then sold it at a discount and really didn't make any money. And also I was halfway to my doctorate. That was important to me. I was going to be Anya Grissom, have my doctorate afterwards, Dr. Anya Grissom. That was important. But once I had children, I got going with this, and then I kind of let that go. But some other people had a hard time with that. Like my mama, she was like, you have 3 degrees and you're going to sell lipstick. And I was like, yes, ma'am, sure am. And so that's kind of what my story was as far as the other company. And like you said, our company closed, and now we found this new company that even has some more perks that I'm in love with. So that's kind of the skinny on all of my jobs.
Right. And I think most people would agree with you. Like, I know some people have been making some comments. We are all skeptical, right? Like, those of us in this industry and business have always heard, like, when are you going to get a real job? Or, that's fine that you do that, but what's your real job, right? So pretty darn cool when you learn that this actually can be your job in business, right?
And I even remember whenever, and not that everybody, a lot of people we have, right, they do have full-time jobs, and this is kind of their side gig, which is great. And you can do that for sure, especially with the one we're in now, because you don't have to do parties. You don't have to have inventory. You don't have to be driving back and forth to the post office and making deliveries and all of that. And so you truly can. But, for me, I was looking for something, well, I didn't know at the time, but eventually it turned into something full-time. But I do remember the first time somebody asked me, like, when are you going to quit your other job? When are you going to sell the boot camp? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to do that. But when you find your passion and kind of your niche, you just want to really go one direction. That's what happened for me.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. And yeah, we both know people in this industry that do it as a side gig and a full-time gig. And sometimes their goals and whys are to do it as a full-time gig. So love the flexibility. Right. So I would like to hear, as being a business woman and person, Anya, what are your favorite parts of it?
Well, I always tease that now I'm spoiled. Like, I think I saw myself as a business person or administrator, like, kind of like running things, because I'm definitely kind of bossy and type A and overachiever and all that kind of stuff, personality. But now that I truly do have that freedom and flexibility, like, it even evolved in my other jobs. Like, I went from the classroom to being a counselor in my office, an administrator, kind of being able to set my day, but I still worked for someone else. Now, I literally, like, the only reason my hair is done right now and I have makeup on is because we were getting on here. I got up when I wanted to today. I did exactly what I wanted to today. I chose to do this. I chose to do my hair. I chose to put on something besides my pajamas. Not a whole lot fancier, but a little bit. And so that is what I love, and what will, there's a lot of things that drive me to stay in here, but I'm always like, I will bring back door-to-door marketing or stand on the corner or something to sell my products before I will go back and work for someone else. If I have to, obviously I would, but that's not my choice, because I enjoy the freedom of that. And then I enjoy the pay for my time, that investment, instead of just, I remember being at my full-time job thinking, I've done everything I need to do today. Like, if I could go home, like I could get some stuff done, I could go grocery shopping, like I don't have to be here 8 hours to get this done. Yeah. So that's what's amazing about our job. And then of course the rewards and the recognition, which I didn't really realize that I needed. It builds up my self-confidence, and I love to give that to other people. And then I knew I love to travel. I'm like a little kid, like the night before I get to fly somewhere, I'm just like, I can't sleep. I got my backpack, like I'm excited. And so I tease also that I would work for travel, which is kind of halfway true. So
like
those are some things I love.
Yeah, it's 3/4 of the way true for me. So
yeah.
So Anya there for sure is, I love the flexibility. Like with these videos too, like no one ever knows if we're actually wearing pants, right? Like they can only see.
And you don't know I have. Yeah, I have a little puppy dog here on my lap, so nobody would have known that. So.
And yeah, the trips are pretty darn amazing. Anya and I actually were both in Mexico in June, and it rained almost the entire time, but we still had a great, fabulous time.
We did.
So I would love to hear, because not everything is easy on you, what are some of your challenges with having your own business?
Well, again, with flexibility becomes kind of responsibility, right? And having self-discipline, which is not something that always comes natural for most people. And so the first little bit when I did have that kind of freedom, it was like, oh, because everywhere you turn in your house, you can see something that you need to do, right? So it's like, oh, I'm going to go do this little project. I'm gonna do that. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, the day's over and my family's back home and I haven't really like worked. I haven't really accomplished anything. So, getting the self-discipline, that's definitely can be a challenge, but it's something, once you recognize it, obviously you can get a hold on that. And then also just initially, people, like we talked about, understanding that this was a legit business, even me seeing it as a legit business. Like I was in a networking group, and one of my dear friends and became a mentor, he was just like, you are rocking this out and you are still seeing this as like not a legit business. Like once you get your mind around this, like nobody's gonna be able to stop you. And just like you said, the negative thing, just being able to just like deflect that and not internalize it, and just know that what it is, and that it's helping people, that you're helping people with your products, you're helping people with the opportunity, you're helping people with self-confidence, and all of that in turn is helping you provide for your family. And so that, and then with our new company, I was thinking about it when I was kind of getting ready, actually doing my hair and makeup. I was thinking one of the challenges is, I was actually watching a show last night. It was about like the progression of cars in America. And one of the guys said that when you come up with something innovative or new, like the biggest challenge is convincing other people that it's actually new, like it's actually innovative, it's actually different, like you're not just saying it's different. And so that's what I have found so far a little bit with our new company, is that we're leading the way in something we call social retail, that's e-commerce and direct sales, MLM, like perfect marriage of that. And so that's something completely different, right? And so to be able to explain a concept that people don't really have yet to them, and how that can fit so well into their life that they truly can make money from their phone, like that's been a little bit of a challenge, but now they're seeing it happen like left and right. So it's kind of, we're overcoming that.
Yeah, I was talking to a neighbor actually this morning that's interested in starting a business with a different company, and she was kind of asking me my tips and stuff. And one of the biggest things I said you need to buy into your own confidence and your own belief. And I remember when I did that, because at the very, when I was dabbling, so to speak, like wasn't necessarily kind of being confident about it and saying, yeah, this is what I do, and this is my business, right? Because there are people in the world that are kind of like, and give you the eye roll. And it was like, once I believed it and believed in myself and my business, and that it was helping my family, absolutely great things happened. So why don't you talk a little bit about your product line from your company, Anya?
So this is something, I mean, I've always, our company is a clean company. And so that can mean different things to different people. So for us, it is removing as many harmful ingredients as possible while still having an excellent product that actually does what it says it's going to do and serves the purpose. Because I remember at our very first meeting, one of the corporate people explained, he's like, you can have like hair, shampoo that has no toxic ingredients in it at all, no fragrance, whatever. But if your hair is flat on your head or like doing crazy things, then nobody's going to buy that, or they might buy it, but they're not going to buy it again. Yeah. So that's what we're about, like removing, like we call it making the shift over to living clean. And it's so simple. It's like replacing things you're buying anyway with things that work just as well, but are better for you, your family, the environment. And, a lot of times we think, what I do doesn't matter so much on the big picture, but it really does. And the more of us that make a choice to use clean products, the more impact it's going to have as far as environmentally. But also our supplements, our liquid collagen, holy cow. When people grasp this concept, that it's truly like when we're younger, it's kind of like everything else. When you're younger, your metabolism's like cranking out. You don't have to worry about what you eat. Like I'd eat a whole pizza or a whole box of macaroni and cheese and never gain a pound, right? But same thing with our collagen. When we're younger, which collagen is in our hair, our nails, which I don't know if you know how long my hair is, but but our hair, our nails, our skin, our muscles, our organs, like every part of our body, it's a protein, and it helps to heal, and also that youthful appearance, tighter skin, clearer skin, all of that kind of stuff. And so we have less and less of it the older we get. So I'm knocking on 50. So I mean, like, it's like, see you, we're out. And so what this liquid collagen product that we have, it literally is a complete molecule that your body just recognizes like its own and goes, hey, where you been? Let's go fix something. Let's go make something look younger. Let's go make this person feel better. And so that's what that one, honestly, that is the one that I just, if I was just independently stupid rich, which I'm, hopefully at some point that happens, I would hand it out to people because I believe in it so much. I believe that it helps people so much. So that's like the star. And then also just being able to, I've struggled with some health issues myself. So feeling better myself, and then also being able to manage a healthy weight has been a struggle for me with autoimmune disease and thyroid hormone issues and things like that, which I'm hearing like, I'd say like 99% of the people my age are having that struggle. And so being able to do that in an easy, effective, gimmicky way that you can't keep doing forever is a healthy way, is just like, makes me feel so good, because again, I just have that helping heart and I like to help people. And I also believe I want my products to do what they say they're doing, and I want them to be, work for people and for them to be happy. And so I seriously love what I do right now. It's so fun.
Yeah, I do too. And I would agree with the collagen product you're talking about. I call it liquid gold or magic in a bottle. Like what it does for joint inflammation and pain and hair and skin and nails. And it's just a quality of life product. I love it. I love our whole line.
It is. For sure.
Like say thank you to you, Anya, for being the very first guest on Friendpreneurs. Like I say, I admire your business sense, and I love watching you do it and what you can contribute to your family and how well you do. And it's pretty darn fun to watch friends do that.
Oh, thank you. Well, thanks for being my friend. Thanks for being my business partner. And I'm just so glad we can do this together.
Yeah, me too. So for any other friends out there, I am actually creating a list, so you might be hearing from me. I want to feature, I have many friends in many different facets of business. So if you're a small business owner, network marketer, direct sales, wherever you are, I would love to feature you on Friendpreneurs. This is going to be a weekly episode. So if you don't hear from me, I am creating a list. I would love to have you contact me. So send me a message and we'll go from there. So thank you, Anya. I hope you have a great rest of Wednesday. The other thing I should say that I love about this business too is that 2 different countries and 2 different time zones, and we're still able to connect. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah. And so that, I mean, we're international. So now we're looking for people right in Europe and Australia and Japan and everywhere. So that's another cool thing. Just a little side note. It's a little cool thing about our company we didn't have before. So now we can make friends all over. So really cool.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching. There were lots of people that hopped on. I totally appreciate you taking the time to spend a little bit of time with Anya and I. And if you have any questions, let us know. So we'll see you all next week on another episode of Friendpreneurs. Thank you, Anya. And thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jen.
Later.
Bye.